Hey guys, what's going on? Hunter Williams here. Just wanting to get some things going. We're trying something new to give a new and exciting experience for getting information regarding events for the SEER series. We're going to do that through a series of pre-recorded video chats. You'll be able to listen and watch the video chat and hear all kinds of cool information regarding upcoming events. And, you know, on each one of them, we'll try to bring in guest racers and riders and to do like a pre-race preview of what you can expect at the upcoming event or after, like a post-race interview with some of the riders. So that's going to be really cool. That's something we've kind of been wanting to do for a while, and we're just getting it lined up to go. So the SEER directors, Gary Barr and Derek Bratcher, are feeding tons of information regarding the events that'll finally bring this long 2020 season to a close. So we're looking forward to these last two events, and it's going to be super exciting for the final two rounds of the season. In a minute, we're going to bring Timo Stark into the mix for some more information regarding our upcoming event, which is the Nightmare on Hell Mountain. Timo's been helping out with the course construction alongside Derek, Gary, Danger Dave, and myself. And so let's get into it. So the first thing we have is the Nightmare on Hell Mountain, which is October 10th, which is next Saturday. So it's coming up fast. The SEER organizers are not new to this type of event. They've had multiple night races in the past, and they've got it nailed down pretty well. So we're happy to be bringing you guys a night race. Some of you haven't tried it before, and some of you have. So it's going to be a blast. So if you haven't done it before, get out there and get signed up. All right, Timo, what's going on, man? Let's get you on here. Hey, man.
Hey, Hunter, how you doing?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Good. Loving this weather right now.
I'm sorry?
Loving this weather right now.
Oh, man. I know. It's great. And then me and Timo will be out there this Saturday kind of helping get the night race course going. So I'm excited about the weather for Saturday too.
That's right. It's going to be perfect.
Yes, it is. So before we get jumping into the race details, let's talk a little bit about our lot setups for this event. Again, I mentioned earlier, not everybody's done a night race. And from past experience myself, one of the big things, the first time I ever went to a night race was the handlebar setup, the light bar setup on the handlebars. Whenever I started going down the mountain, the first thing that happened was my brake line jumped right over the top of the light bar. And it didn't do anything the whole race, but the whole race, it was in the back of my mind that, my brake line was going to snap or it was going to rip the light off or something. So have you had any sort of personal experiences with that?
Yeah, I've got the same setup as Derek does with the helmet light and also the headlight. I think I'm gonna maybe switch that out to a LED bar light instead of just the headlight. You can get it up a little bit higher. The problem I had was the helmet light was at the wrong angle, right?
Yeah.
So it was pointing down too far and not far enough ahead. So if you're thinking, I'll just swing it with a bike light, it's not going to work. You need the helmet light because every time you move your head, you need to see where you're going. If you just have the bike light, it's just not enough. So the problem that I had was the projection of the light wasn't far enough ahead. So we actually had to tape the light further up on the visor. It was a fiasco, but it worked out. It's really fun. The other problem that I ran into was dust.
Yeah.
As soon as you get too close to somebody, it's like white out. All you see is just white. So it behooves you to know where on the trail you are, and if it's going to be dusty, you need to be ahead of the next guy in front of you.
Yeah, and that's one thing about Hell Mountain. Right now, the forecast is looking like we may have no rain at all
Yeah.
leading up to the race. But I'll tell you, if it does rain, that place is slick. So
I spent in the first time we went up there, I spent about 15 minutes in 5 feet.
it
That's how slick it is.
is that slick. It seems like there's hardly any dirt that you ride on. It's just solid rock almost,
Yeah,
especially in some of the gold silver sections that we'll get to in a minute. They're just rock. That's it.
correct. Yeah. I think at night this is going to be very special. I don't think anybody's ever done anything like this at night before.
That's right. I agree.
Yeah.
Especially, let's jump right into this one. The race start. So that's going to be the Le Mans style start. So you can really do it however you want. You can prop it up on a kickstand or a stick or have your wife hold the bike up. But regardless of how you prop your bike up, you're going to have to stand out, 10 feet or so in front of the bike. And when the flag throws, you're going to have to run your bike, hop on, and hit the course. So that's going to be really exciting.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
the way it should be.
yeah, right. Yeah, and kind of the reason we're doing that at Hell Mountain is there's not a lot of area to do like a mass start. So we're kind of wanting, some guys are going to be fast running to their bikes and some guys are going to be slow. And that kind of helps spread things out a little bit. So,
That's right, and I think that that's it's going to be pretty important up there because it'll spread people out. Because there's potential of some bottlenecks if if you're not a good runner.
yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a 6 p.m. start time, and that is a central time start time. So 6 p.m. on that. So which is strange. We're used to 10 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and then you throw a 6 p.m. out there. It's like what? So that's weird to read off. Is 6 p.m. Lap distance is 5 to 7 miles. It's going to consist of a lot of new single track, and a lot of that single track, in my opinion, it's just going to be physically demanding the whole way around with just loose rock and tight trees and stuff. And then it's going to incorporate some rocky road beds like some Jeep trails, and then of course creek beds whenever we can find them. So we're looking forward to all that running together. We do have some special tests for the gold and silver guys, and they're going to be pretty grueling for those guys. I want Timo to start out with the first one. It's called Logarithm. So it's the first one that the gold and silver guys will come to. So what can you tell us about Logarithm, Timo?
Logarithm, if it's dry, which it sounds like it may be, it will at first seem like it's not a big deal. Maybe you got a 30-foot step up into some off camber trail, but after that it gets real and it gets hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. It kind of opens up just slightly, and then from there it's some off camber slick logs and rocks, and it's going to be special as well. I think that one is going to be decisive, and also it's going to be something to watch.
Yes. Yeah. The spectators, that's not far from the truck either and the finish line. So that'll be really good for the spectators. So,
Yeah.
and how big of diameter would you say that log is that you got to go over with no run at it?
Diameter, I'd say it's probably 25 inch.
Yeah. I was going to say 24. So yeah,
Yeah.
right at it.
Yeah.
It's a fairly good size log, and there's no run, and it's right out of a corner. So
And it's coming out of a creek that is boulder ridden.
yeah,
Deep. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It was hard to walk last weekend.
Right. Can't wait to ride it this weekend.
That's right.
Okay, next up, the second one they'll encounter is going to be Whiskey Still. That one's kind of been there from the get go. We went there first thing when we went scouting for the Hell Mountain event, and that one is the one that I consider to be riding on the rock the whole time for the gold and silver guys. This it's just going to be. We added a new section in last week that's going to make it a little bit longer. You hadn't seen it yet, but it's going to be good to watch. And then once they get into the meat of it, it's constant rock all the way to the top.
I like it.
So that one's going to be good.
Everybody
And then me or you
better bring
both.
sticky
I'm sorry.
tire. Better bring that gummy tire.
Yes, and then at the top, this may be important, which I don't think is going to change. But for the gold and silver guys, at the top of what we're calling whiskey still, which will be your second split, um, there could be two lines because what's going to happen is you're going to run right into a bluff. And technically, there's a line around to the right and line around to the left. So that'll be, talked about on the starting line and made for certain. And it'll obviously be arrowed both ways. But just a heads up on that in case that is a double line for the gold silver guys. So. And then the last split section that me or you have only both seen a little bit is the waterfall. We hadn't exactly got to that section of the property yet to lay it out for sure. But what is your take on the waterfall section?
The waterfall's going to be interesting. Again, if it's wet, we're going to figure something out. If it's dry, it's going to be another game changer because you run up to it, and especially at night, you're just going to see a wall of slick rock vertical, and you're going to think there's absolutely no way. But it's doable. I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah, I even derailed my chain that first time we actually made it up between some rocks, and that made it a little more interesting. But yeah, that's going to be a nasty section for those guys.
That's right. That's right.
But the bronze loop is going to be great. I feel like I personally would just love to go out there and burn laps around the bronze loop. It's going to be technical for those riders, but they're not going to have to go into that just terrible stuff that the gold and silver guys are going to have to do. You like the way the bronze loop's shaping up?
I think the bronze loop is going to be incredible. So this is what Derek and SEER have put in is probably the only single track on the mountain, and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be so fun. The single track parts are, I mean, especially at night, they're going to be excellent. So then the more technical sections of the bronze loop are quite good. And there's traction, especially if it's going to be dry. It's just whether you want to hit it or not, but it's going to be excellent. And
Oh
if
yeah.
rock sections are not death defying, you're not going to die. But it's challenging nonetheless, and especially at night it'll be really fun.
It will. Yeah, and I love every time we go, I just want to ride that downhill from the start of that second bronze section all the way back down to the parking lot. That is just a blast. So I'm looking forward to that in the race. Let's see. Okay, as far as course markings go for this event, it's going to be the standard pink and black SRT arrows and just standard SRT ribbon. But we do have something new that we're obviously going to push. It being a night race, sometimes arrows and ribbon can be a little difficult to see. So we have a bunch of little reflective push pins. They're kind of used for like hunters to mark a path to their duck blind or deer blind, but they also work really well for headlights on a dirt bike. So pretty excited to get some of those out there. They won't be, obviously they're not going to be as frequent as arrows, but they will give the riders the satisfaction or, letting them know that they're on the course. So that'll be good.
Perfect.
And then the payout will be for the top 5 overall, and the overall winner gets $300. So that'll be great. And man, that race is going to be a blast. I can't wait to get out there at night and watch everybody battle it out.
I agree 110%. It is going to be maybe it's going to be the night race to do for sure. I mean, the night squatch was good, but this is going to be something special because you keep doing the same loop over and over. It's not one large loop, so it's going to be super spectator friendly, which is very important for the rest of your family.
Yep.
And if it's dry, it's going to be so fun. I can't wait. The
Yep.
first three times we rode it, it was soaking wet, and it was I got I got it handed to me. But the first dry race we had, or the ride we had, it was pretty fun. It's
Yeah,
great.
that one section we won't disclose the name of it, but the but the one section that if it's in it, it can only be in there if it's bone dry. I feel
Right.
like if it's
I
wet,
agree.
not happening.
If I'm not mistaken, did you ride that section?
I wrote it when it was dry, not when it was
Yeah,
wet.
that's right. That's right. When it was dry, not wet. Did
Yeah,
I
the
ride
day
it
the
this
day it was
year?
wet, I was kind of like ahead of everybody, and I just thought we were going the right way, but Derek wanted to go that way, and thank goodness I was in front of Derek. So
You know who did ride it, right?
I'm sorry.
You know who did ride it?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, barely.
That's going to be interesting if it's wet.
I
So
agree. I agree.
well, cool, Timo. I appreciate everything.
Yeah.
If you got any final thoughts, let us know.
Yeah, I think that if you've never done a night race, this is the one to do for sure. The light thing seems intimidating, but it's not. If anything, it actually focuses you a little bit more on the trail. You don't get quite as distracted, which is positive. You can really focus and move forward. But the mountain itself is fantastic. So I highly recommend everybody just race, have
Yeah.
fun.
Yep, and sign up's there already on the tier website, so you can that have already thanks for go ahead and signing up, but those that are kind of on the fence, the weather's looking good so far, so get over there and sign up.
Right on.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate everything, and we'll see you this Saturday.
That's right. Take care, Hunter.
All right, you too, man. Thanks.
Bye.
See ya. All right, thanks, Timo, for being on here with us. That was some good info about that race. Let's see. Okay, so next up to talk about for a minute is the final round of the 2020 Series season. That's the cliffhanger at the Trials Training Center, and it is on November 14th. Um, we are super honored. Gary and Derek, man, you guys killed it on getting that lined up for the TTC event. Everybody's super excited and super honored to be able to put on an event there. And we just thank the whole TTC crew for allowing us to come out there. It offers some of the most insane technical hard enduro stuff in the Southeast. Some interesting stuff about that race is it's not necessarily going to be like the infamous TKO event. There will not be a knockout style event. Everyone who enters the cliffhanger event will have a chance to tackle what we throw at them around the course. And let's see, we're going to provide racers with a lot of new and exciting, challenging sections never before seen at the Trials Training Center. And we'll get some more details regarding these sections up in the coming weeks. We haven't got to spend a lot of time at the TTC yet, laying that course out, but I think Derek and Gary are going to give you guys one for your money on that one. So looking forward to that. Another cool thing about that event is we are going to have our first time as having a women's class. That's going to be awesome. We got some ladies interested in a SEER women's training day, and who knows what's going to lead into those girls as far as coming to that event to compete. We'd love to see 10, 15, 20 girls out there competing. So that would be great. Sign up will be available for the cliffhanger in the coming week. So stay tuned to the website for that. and we'll have a lot more information after the Nightmare event at Hell Mountain. If you haven't already, go like the SEER Off-Road Facebook page and follow the SEER Instagram page. And thank you guys for coming out and racing with us at each race, and all of our sponsors for the 2020 season. Without you guys, we couldn't provide you guys these awesome events and venues. So look forward to it, and these last two rounds are going to be great. So see you guys.